next guest is here to share with us some of the exciting things that you can do in the summer, in the off-season, with your sled dog. Here we are on the phone with Sue Fields to tell us about summer activities that you can do with your sled dog. So what we just saw there, because I played that clip of one of your dogs chasing the lure across the field, what is that called? Is that Fast Cat or something else?
There are two types of coursing ability test, or CAT. One is called Fast Cat. That's a 100-yard dash chasing 3 plastic bags, which are the lure. And the other, the dogs chase the bags in a pattern around a field, and that is 600 yards. And that is called CAT. The other down the alley, 100-yard dash, is called Fast Cat.
Now that particular event was purebreds, but you mentioned to me there's a way to compete with your other dogs, perhaps.
Oh, that event is for any registered, AKC registered dog. And AKC has several categories by which a dog can be registered. They can be registered if they're a purebred. If they are a purebred, if they don't have papers, let's say you got a purebred from the pound, or somehow there are no papers, it can be registered with the AKC under what's called the PAL program, which is Purebred Alternative Listing. And then AKC Performance Sports also have what's called All-American. So if you have a dog that's just All-American, any combination of breeds, it can be registered as long as they're spayed or neutered. They can be registered as an All-American, and they can also compete in any of the CAT events.
Wow. Hey, good news, guys. You qualify. Well, I just told the crew, so they're all excited. Okay, and then you actually earlier mentioned you today went for a good canine test.
Yes. The AKC has what's called a canine good citizen test, and that is open to any dog. Any dog can receive that designation. They don't need to be registered, and it consists of meeting a friendly stranger who asks to pet your dog. Your dog has to walk with you as if they were on a walk and not be distracted by another dog or by people, a small crowd. And then they have to allow the stranger, the woman who or person who examines and gives the test, they have to allow that person to handle their paws and ears and get brushed, similar to going to have a groomer groom them. And then the final part of the test is when you leave them for 3 minutes and go out of their sight, so that they can be left with someone without having anxiety.
Nice. Now, is that a qualification for something?
No, it's not a prerequisite for anything, except to there are there's a Canine Good Citizen Advanced, and there's Canine Good Citizen Urban. The Canine Good Citizen Urban, they have to be able to walk like on a sidewalk, busy intersection, do a down stay, and a recall for 5 minutes instead of 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And then another exercise or challenge is to ride an elevator for the Canine Good Citizen and walk around the store. So the Canine Advanced I've never done, but that's basic pet obedience, but at a little higher level.
Okay, and I just remembered why I asked that earlier question. Yeah, down in the Pacific Northwest, there was one dog play area, and I believe it was a prerequisite that your dog pass the good canine citizenship, just to show that they would get along well with other dogs and in that scenario and family.
Yes, I mean, it can be used. I've actually gone to hotels and they wanted some proof that the dog was a good citizen, and so the Canine Good Citizen Certificate was just, something to assure them that the dog was not going to get in there and not likely to tear up their hotel room.
Oh yeah, taking a dog team to a hotel. What fun, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and so this is something you do with your everyday sled dogs from your team.
Yes, I have a couple of dogs who have their Canine Good Citizen. I have one who passed her Canine Good Citizen Urban. That was 2 years ago. And today I took my Karelian bear dog, Finn, who's rather new to me. She was rehomed with me about 2 weeks ago. And she already has gone to lure coursing last weekend, and where she ran the Fast Cat. And then today she tried her Canine Good Citizen, and she passed everything except meeting people. She wanted to go visit with people, and she was supposed to walk past them. So we went to Lowe's, and we practiced that a little, and she's going to take another crack at it tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
So not only are these fun activities that you can do in the off-season when it may be too warm to run the team with individuals from your team, but it also probably benefits in some way your training, in the fall. Does this correlate to your team on the trail?
Well, it helps the dogs build rapport with me. It gives them enrichment over the summertime. In fact, one of the things that I do with all the dogs, not just the dogs who go for things like this test, we play what I call circle games. They learn to jump up on their houses on command. They learn sit. They learn down. We do basic pet obedience, and things like, having their nails trimmed on a regular basis. We do that right at their circle and right at their house. And then it helps to build their focus and attention on me in the fall.
Fantastic. And you mentioned group sit, I think, once with me? So you work on them all together, not individually necessarily, or both?
Yes. The most I've done is a group of 3, but I have some friends that do a lot of training that have done groups of 4 or 5. And they have to sit all in a line, and then I just go down the line and give everybody a treat. So they have to have their attention on me, and they have to not steal their neighbor's treat.
So now will the whole team do that on command when they're on the line? Sit for you?
Well, I've never had that happen. We've never accomplished that.
A little different scenario. Well, fantastic. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much, Sue, for giving us an idea of some of the things that we can do in the off-season with our sled dogs. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye. Well, there you go. Thanks for joining this week's episode, this day's episode, however often these come out. And we will see you next time here at Sled Dog News Channel. And be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you have to do to be able to stay in touch. Because this is the intent for this upcoming season, is not to travel 5, 10, 15,000 miles around chasing races and reporting on them, but to stay here with my team. You can hear one of Nori Two Toes in the background, training for some events ourselves and reaching out to folks right here from Sled Dog News Channel as the season goes on, providing maybe less visual content, but a heck of a lot more useful information. I should have practiced that end part. See you then.